Let me say a few things. One of them is that consciousness, which let's operationally define it as the thing that flickers to life when you wake up in the morning. Mm-hmm. That's what we mean by consciousness. One thing that's clear is that that's the smallest bit of what's happening in the brain. It's something that rides on top of a massive amount of machinery. My best view on consciousness right now is that it's successive levels of abstraction of all that machinery running underneath. So you've got very basic things like when I lift a coffee to my mouth, there's a whole lightning storm of neural activity that underpins that act. I'm not aware of any of that in my consciousness because I don't want to be. All I want is a very high level abstract representation, which is, am I succeeding or am I spilling it on myself? That's all I want to know. So consciousness in that sense is like the national newspaper. It just gives you a headline of how things are going. It's an abstraction of the machinery and the rest of the system. And the interesting part to me is it essentially can serve as a mirror for the rest of the system so that the system can see how am I doing in an abstract way, in time, in the big picture.
So it's like a feedback mechanism?
Yeah.
To see if you're going in the right direction?
I think so. Actually, I'll tell you what I think the best analogy for consciousness is, or at least the one that I'm chewing on now that I think seems to work, which is that consciousness is like the CEO of a company. So if you think of a massive